Oh, they just unmuted.
Mhm.
Oh, they haven't.
Oh, that's funny.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Amy Frist, Senior Director of Barbara's Friends, and you are here for Clips for Cancer. It is the most wonderful time of the year. And why? Because we are helping kids with cancer right now fighting at Golisano with every donation you make. You can give right now at text to give BFF to 243-725. You're going to hear that number a lot because our goal today is to raise over $500,000 in the month of September to support not only the kids and individuals you see here, but all the kids that are at Golisano fighting cancer. We wouldn't be here without our sponsors, so we want to give a very thankful, gracious shout out to Florida Radiology Consultants for being our presenting sponsor for a third year in a row. We can't do it without Suncoast Beverage, promotional incentives, Dunkin' Donuts, and of course the fabulous Great Clip Salon that we are standing in here today. So a big shout out to these sponsors. Let's get right to the shaving. That is why we are here. And first up on the lineup is none other than the renowned Dr. Ahmad Salman. Everybody wants this man's head, and it is Kelsey Rhodes who gets to take his hair today. Kelsey Rhodes is actually going to ring her bell and signify that she is cancer-free today right after this. We'll be sure to get you those pictures. But Dr. Salman, we talk about philanthropy. We talk about the need for giving. We're here to raise money off your head, which you've had some very generous donors. Why is philanthropy so important? Why are events like this important?
This is always a wonderful event. Philanthropy, without it, we cannot survive as a children's hospital. The cost of taking care of children with cancer is really high, and our families go through a lot of difficult times trying to make ends meet. With the philanthropic support that we have from this community, we're able to help our families so they can get to their treatments, they can get their medications, we can help them pay their rent and any other problems that should arise during the treatment for cancer. So this is a wonderful event, and that's why I'm willing to do this. And this is my 5th year of having my head shaved. Why? Because we're making a difference. We're touching the lives of people around us.
And part of that difference is we've really expanded our mental health care services, and the Yawkey Foundation stepped up this year with a $50,000 grant to support mental health for all of our patients. Why is that so critical right now as these costs continue to rise? It's about $250,000 that we spend philanthropically every year on the 5th floor of Golisano.
Well, without philanthropy, there's no way we can keep doing this. And the last 2 years have shown us how important mental health is. A diagnosis of cancer can be devastating to every family, so we need to really support them. And it's not just the child who has to go through quite a lot, it's the parents and the siblings that really have to see their loved one not feeling well and at risk of dying. And it is a very serious issue, and people cope with stress in very different ways. And so mental health, as we have seen with COVID and the pandemic, is really an important part of our well-being, and we need to make sure we take care of people around us. So we come out at the end of this really not damaged, but doing well, because there is life beyond cancer, with over 85% of kids surviving from childhood cancer. It's a great opportunity that we don't take care of the cancer, but we also take care of their whole well-being.
And we take care of those families, and Kelsey here is a perfect shining example of that. You were 12 when you heard you had cancer. You're 15 today. Are you ready to cut this man's hair?
Yeah. Sometimes I can say, as I can mind.
Exactly. And you have a special nickname. You call him Sullivan instead of Salman, right?
Yeah. That's how you say.
All right. We've got a razor. Are you ready? This is the big moment. You going to cut his hair?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go for it. We'll get you on video, okay? You take this razor, turn it on. Uh-oh. Are you scared?
No, I'm fine. I'm in safe hands.
Kelsey's been your patient since the very start. What does this mean?
This is wonderful. Kelsey is giving back. I saw Kelsey lose her hair. So to me, we're just finishing the cycle. Now Kelsey is helping me lose my hair. And like I said to Kelsey at the beginning, it will grow back, so will mine.
It will grow back. And as we mentioned, Kelsey's going to ring her bell later today. If you would like to help her ring that bell, help make more miracles happen, you can text BFF to 725. And we want to give a shout out to Dominic Camerata and the Camerata companies and the Camerata family for stepping up and donating $25,000 for every hair on this man's head. We've also had a lot of support from the community for Dr. Salman. Is it tickling?
No, it's fine. And thank you, Dominic, for your donation. You're a wonderful man.
Dominic really loves this guy. He said the biggest thing is I've got to get a picture of him completely bald so that he can share that out on social media. We're going to let my friends come in a little bit closer with the camera to get Kelsey shaving this fabulous man's hair. Dr. Salman has been our pediatric oncologist, really leading the program at Golisano, building the program at Golisano for the last 27 years. Without his vision and foresight and partnering with Frank Haskell, who founded Barbara's Friends, this would not be possible. We would not be here to help the kids that we are helping. Right now, we have about 40 kids that have been diagnosed this year with cancer. And the sad reality is that used to be our number for the year. Now we're expected to see as many as 70 kids from Southwest Florida diagnosed with cancer this year. And that's a number that we want to tackle. We want to brave the fight with these kids, and we want to show them they matter. So let's go back to Golisano, where kids are getting treatment. And I've got a very special message from my friend Dominic Nino.
My name is Dominic Nino. I'm 12 years old. I've been fighting AML cancer, and after 2 years, I'm finally done with cancer. I'm cancer-free. I like Golisano because I would say I played games with the nurses, and I was more active here. Also, the Wi-Fi is better. You should support Golisano because it helps kids like me.
All right, welcome back. That is my friend Dominic Nino, who is a true superhero and is still receiving treatment, but he is looking at the brighter side of things. Last year at this time, he was in a really scary situation. Back in June, this young lady, ever young, rang her bell declaring she's done with cancer. She beat it. She is ever strong. She took out lymphoma in no other way than the right way. And you are here to shave Juan Santiago's head. Juan is the director of the Florida Repertory Theater. He runs all the operations there as director of operations. All right, Juan, why are you here today to let Miss Ever shave your hair? I mean, I know you're a very generous individual.
Of course. I am just here doing my part. I think if we could all do this in any way that we can to help these beautiful souls fight, I think we should all do it for sure. So I'm just doing my part today.
And Juan has a fundraising page out there. You can click our link that is featured in this broadcast to make a donation to Juan right now. You've got a great head of hair. He's got some curly hair. You ready for this? What are you thinking right now about taking his hair?
I don't know.
Should we just go for it? All right. We're going to turn that razor on and let Miss Ever Young brave the shave with Juan Santiago here. Oh, she's going right for the front. Okay. Does that tickle?
Very, yes.
Have you ever had your hair shaved?
No, I told her she has the honor. She's the first one, so.
Now, you probably have a lot of people at the theater watching this. Are they going to be making fun of you later today?
I hope they don't. No, but this is a beautiful cause, and if I could do it again, I will for sure do it. Like I said, I've never had my head shaved, so I was looking forward to this date. So.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. So Ever here was diagnosed when she was 4 years old with lymphoma. And the doctors were so amazed because she complained of bellyache. And the pediatrician checked her out and said, you better go to Golisano. She walked in and doctors were like, this little girl is so sick. The lymphoma was ravaging her body. That proved how strong she is when she came into Golisano of her own accord and then got the diagnosis of cancer. She's been through 2 years of treatment, and she just took out a huge chunk of Juan's hair here. She has been through 2 years of treatment to prove that she is cancer strong, beating cancer. We've had 18 children beat cancer this year and ring their bells at Golisano. A great way to help out these families is to show them you are behind them and behind the shavies here. You can text to give right now at 243 725. Text BFF to 243-725 to help these kids with cancer. We, on average, you hear the goal of $500,000, and that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money in 1 month, but it is so important. Every one of those dollars helps these patients. It helps Ever's family make sure that she had meals bedside, maybe so mom and dad didn't have to leave the bed. It helps with gas cards for families to get to and from treatment. We talked about the mental health aspect in the Yawkey Counseling Center and the importance of helping kids through this diagnosis from their whole family's perspective. We also provide a scholarship so that Barbara's Friends kids, those that have beaten cancer, have the opportunity to go to college and take advantage of a higher education and achieve their dreams without that financial burden that they have faced. Again, we want to thank all our sponsors, Florida Radiology Consultants. We have Suncoast Beverage, Camerata Companies for really sponsoring Dr. Salmon's Head today. Great clips, as well as promotional incentives, and Dunkin' Donuts, which provided some sweets. We're going to go check back in here with Dr. Salmon. You are looking a little cleaner, a little leaner, a little meaner.
I feel a lot lighter. I think I've lost at least 5 pounds.
5 pounds in here. You're having fun. And this is about fun because this is about celebrating these kids and that awful journey they have been through. We again are having fun here, but the reality is our numbers are growing at Golisano. We are seeing more kids.
We are seeing more kids. The population is growing. There's a younger population moving to Southwest Florida. And at Golisano, we're here to take care of the needs of our families and our constituents. So we're really proud of all the services we've been able to provide. Pediatric oncology is just one of many services that we provide locally. So families don't have to travel hundreds of miles to get care. And so that is something that we're so grateful to the community for their support, so we can continue to support the community.
And we talk about being close to home, and care close to home is really important so that these kids can enjoy their life, their family, their friends. But we also have state-of-the-art care close to home. We're a member of the Children's Oncology Group, which is really the national best practice world standard of treating these kids.
Absolutely. This is not just about convenience. It's about making sure that we bring the best care locally. And we do almost take care of every type of cancer. And the few children that have to leave the area, ones that have to need specialized care like bone marrow transplant. And that is the case. And that is why over the last 25 years, we've continued to develop and add more physicians and providers so we can take care of the kids locally. We do not want them to leave this area. If they can get the help close to home, they can stay with their family, they can go to school, they don't have to miss out on things, and their friends can visit them. That is our aim and goal.
And you actually we're expanding care in the Naples region. We're hiring 2 new pediatric oncologists. You actually see Kelsey down at our Naples clinic. So it is important that we bring that care closer to home in the Naples community as well as up in Port Charlotte.
Absolutely. And it's really been a great help for the families down in Naples. Some of the kids can get there by 8 o'clock and be in school by 8:30. Now they don't have to travel, especially in season, when it can take up to an hour to get up to Fort Myers. Just imagine if they had to go to Miami or they had to go to Tampa, St. Pete, which is even longer, which means the whole day is completely messed up for a 10-minute doctor's visit.
Right. So to be able to provide that care, and we have a brand new fancy total immersion room down at the Naples clinic that kids have been truly blown away. This was your vision to bring this technology here. Again, talking about providing world-class care because of philanthropy.
We want to make sure that even though the journey for cancer can be tough, we want to make it as much fun as possible. We don't want cancer to define the lives of our children. We want it to be a blip on their way to becoming normal adults and healthy and productive adults. So the immersion room is just one way to keep them engaged. It eases their fears, it decreases their anxiety, and that way when they're there, they're getting an infusion, they're there for an hour or two, time passes by really fast because it's a really safe environment that makes them feel like, this is fun. This is not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
And this is fun. You are almost completely shaved. Kelsey has done a really great job.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because I haven't seen it yet. I hope the end product is okay.
All right. We're going to let Kelsey keep up her work. And we have another barber that has stepped into our Great Clips live studio. we have Mr. Damian Salcido and our friend Todd Swaney. Todd is with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Realty. Todd, you have a really good head of hair, and you're willing to lose it all for our friend Damian today.
Yes, definitely. I have a friend that was one of their children were diagnosed with cancer and had to go to Golisano. They got to ring the bell, and it really made me want to do this.
All right, and you have Damian, who's a superhero. Are you ready to help shave Todd's head? Damian's being a little shy, so we'll get the razor and let Damian do the work. Damian is in first grade. He is 6 years old. Is your class watching today, Damian?
I don't know.
Yeah. Can you tell me about your superhero powers and your superhero dude, what they called you back at Golisano? Were you the Spider-Man superhero?
No.
All right. We'll give him the razor. All right. Here is my friend, and she is going to, let's get in nice and close for this big moment that Todd is doing for his friend. Another child that had rung their bell at Golisano is cancer-free. We're going to get Damian going in right now, taking off that hair. This is the best haircut of Todd's life, and he's really here for the right reasons because we want these kids to grow up healthy and strong. My friend Damian here was known and is still known on the 5th floor of Golisano as the superhero dude. And he was the superhero dude because he came in for superhero juice infusions. He would get his chemo and the staff would rally alongside him, give him his superpowers. And when he was done with his chemo, this wasn't a kid that just kind of walked out of Golisano. He ran out of Golisano, flinging his Spider-Man super webs and declaring his superhero powers. And Damian is a true superhero in all of our hearts because he has beaten cancer twice. He was diagnosed at age 4 with a Wilms tumor, which is a kidney cancer, thought he had beaten it, was getting ready for kindergarten, had completed VPK, and the tumor was back, this time in his other kidney. He endured radiation, surgery, chemotherapy for over 2 years. Now at the age of 6, he rang his bell this spring and is proving his true superhero powers to us. You can help my friend Damian and all our kids that you have met here by texting BFF to 243725. We're getting close to our first $100,000. We have 5 weeks in September. If we can raise $100,000 a week, we can make the goal of $500,000 possible this September for all the kids at Golisano. You've met Kelsey, you've met Damian, and you've got Ever over here who is really whacking away at Juan's hair. And these kids are survivors because of the programs we have. The reality is we help kids from age infant, babies that are diagnosed with cancer all the way to age 29. We have a young adult population and a young adult program, and we're seeing more of these young adults with cancer. We've got to help them through high school and college while battling this awful disease. Later today, we're going to be ringing the bell with a 1-year-old little girl who has had cancer this last year, and she and her mom and dad will be ringing that bell later. We'll be sure to show those pictures. So as my friend Damian here very carefully, I mean, this is like the softest haircut for Todd goes in here. Todd, what are you thinking?
Oh, it's great. Oh, there goes my mask. Really appreciate getting to do this, and I definitely would do it again to help raise money for children with cancer.
Well, this is the 5th year of doing this, so we might call you for year number 6 there if we'll let your hair grow back. Let's check in on Juan and Ever. Juan, you got some little ruffles of fur around your neck here. It's looking good. How's it feeling?
It feels amazing. She is a pro. I think I look good.
She's also standing on her tippy toes here to get it. I can relate because most of these kids are almost taller than me.
Well, she is doing an amazing job, and I'm just so proud of her. And I can't wait to see the final result.
He's kind of trying to sneak a peek in the mirror. As we are watching these kids, I want to share another story of the reason we're here. You've probably seen Libby LaDuff on our posters throughout town and on the event page for this Clips for Cancer event. But here's Libby's real story.
A large lump on Libby's. It was September of
2020.
2020, and Dad felt a large lump on Libby's right side. So we immediately contacted her doctor, and she immediately got us in here for an ultrasound, and that's when we unfortunately got the news that she had a very large Wilms tumor on her right kidney.
It was shocking, you found out that your kid's got one of 500 diagnoses in the U.S. We were taken back by that, and then, it was a blessing, true blessing, that we had Golisano close to us. Larger facilities, probably closer to Miami and Tampa. So for us to be able to just drive right over from 20 minutes away, it was a huge help.
So she started treatment right after she was diagnosed. Most of her chemo initially was outpatient, so fortunately after her first hospital admission, we weren't here very much. I think we're almost at 100 nights in the hospital. So we're here a lot. This has truly become our home away from home. The staff here, the nurses, the doctors, the medical assistants, child life, they're all amazing. It's amazing that every single day when we put her in the car to bring her here, she's still excited, and the whole time she's here, she pretty much has a smile on her face and is content and happy, and that truly amazes me, because you would have told me that a 2.5-year-old would be so content spending a majority of her time in a hospital room. I would have never believed you.
In our situation with a kid with cancer, the last thing we have to worry about are resources, the level of care that you're going to receive, but those have been the last thing that we've had to worry about with Golisano.
We couldn't ask for a better scenario and a better care team for Libby and for our whole family. I don't even know how to use the right words to say thank you, but this place is truly a treasure. What everyone does here, everyone that's involved in Golisano's in some way, shape, or form, the community, donating time and money and resources, thank you. This place has been an absolute blessing to us and is truly a treasure to the community.
And you're going to meet Libby later this month on September 16th when she shaves her swim instructor's hair. A young lady with beautiful long hair has watched Libby's journey, and she is going to brave the shave. You've met Libby. You have met Dominic, who from our inpatient unit shared the news of beating AML leukemia. You have now met Kelsey, who's going to ring her bell after this event, as well as our friend Damien, the superhero dude, and Ever Young, who is ever strong back there with Juan Santiago. We can't thank you enough for joining us, but it is really the kids who benefit from this. Not only in this moment of triumph and flipping the tables and shaving these adults' head, but the resources you are providing right here in Southwest Florida for the kids from 6 different counties that we serve. Help them know that the community is behind them and that the diagnosis of cancer is, as Dr. Solomon said, that blip in the road. They are going to be kids. They are going to beat this, and they're going to beat it because of you. And they're going to beat it because of our amazing team that is here today. So to my internal and external team, also Florida Radiology Consultants for being the presenting sponsor for 3 years in a row. Special shout out to the Camerata companies for their support for today, as well as Suncoast Beverage, Dunkin' Donuts, promotional incentives, and Great Clips Salon. We have over 20 Great Clips in the area supporting Clips for Cancer this month. So stop in, make a donation, scan that QR code. You are saving real lives right here. We will post pictures of everybody's completely bald head as we wrap this up. But thank you. And we will look forward to seeing you next Friday when we have 8 fire districts and first responders competing for not only the best look, but the most money. Thanks, everybody. Continue your support for the community. It makes a difference.